Welcome. Our story this time is called Heart of Stone. A shadow fell on a distant land. Harvest failed and rivers ran dry. Livestock died and people vanished. The villagers said a monster had come, a creature that dwelled in the mountains and preyed on their families. The creature must be killed, they said. Men from all over the region took up arms against the creature. They quested up the mountain, searching for the beast. None of them ever returned. Years passed, and then decades. The story of the monster faded to myth. The land remained barren, and the people suffered. There was an old man who still remembered the good years, when his vineyard had been loaded with grapes. Now the withered vines produced little fruit. He blamed the monster for his hardships, and this blame turned to bitter obsession. "Father, you cannot kill it," his son pleaded. "It will change nothing." The father replied, "I must. They say its heart can break the curse." The son shook his head. "No, they say it eats the hearts of men." The next morning he awoke to find his father's bed empty. He cursed himself for not watching his father closer. He saddled his horse and went after him. The old man was far ahead. His horse climbed higher. Low plains gave way to forest. He shivered as he crossed snowy ground, his coat long forgotten. Finally, he reached the ruin. "What do you want?" the creature asked. The old man did not recognize it for what it was. "I'm hunting the monster," he replied. His breath rose in the crisp alpine air. "Not for long," it replied. Too late, the man realized who he dealt with. That night, the creature feasted on the flesh of the old man and drank the hot blood of his heart. The next day, the sun arrived. He found the courtyard empty, except for a dirty, naked child sitting in a circle of bloody snow. "What do you want?" it asked. "My father," the son replied. The child watched him closely. "He is not here," it replied carefully. He knew his father was dead. Still, he felt pity for the child. "Come," he said. "You must be cold. I have another cloak." He bundled up the child, and he built a fire. They faced the crackling flames in silence. After a time, the child said, "I am hungry." The son carefully took a small knife and opened his arm. The child drank its fill. Weakened, the son fell into a deep sleep. When he awoke, he was alone, and the fire was reduced to ash. A small, heart-shaped stone lay in the snow. He pocketed it, thankful to be alive. In the spring, he buried that stone in his father's vineyard. The vines rejuvenated and produced better than they had in decades. He wished his father could have seen it. In the town, they said the curse had been lifted, that the creature had died, or perhaps even never existed at all. The son kept his secret, and at his vineyard he prospered. An interesting tale. Unforgiving to the father, he never had a chance, but are all monsters really monsters? Or do we just not understand them? Let me know what you think in the comments below. I do hope that you'll join me in the future for more frail Blaze tales.